Hi, it's Andrea Dancing Star. And let's read some cards. Let's start off with the astrological sign of Aquarius. It's the last day of Mercury retrograde. Praise Jesus. It's the last day of Mercury retrograde. So let's see. What's coming after? What's coming in the wake? What's coming in the wake of Mercury retrograde? What is coming for Aquarius in the wake of Mercury retrograde? The high vibe Aquarius. What's coming in the wake of Mercury retrograde? What's coming in the wake of Mercury retrograde for the high vibe Aquarius? For the high vibe Aquarius, what's coming? I mean, that wanted to come out, so. Okay, it's that cool card right there. That's the Nine of Wands. Hi, Miss Hattie. She perked up when I said. In the Eight of Pentacles. Work, something that you've learned since you were a child. You know, like the family business type energy. Nepotism. Okay, and the Ace of Swords. And then the Star reversed. There's some kind of like victory that's coming. There's lots of nighttime cards also. And then there's this one that looks like it might be in the day. We don't really know, but definitely she's in a dark cave. She's been hiding. He's actually been keeping her from leaving this whole time. She's really old and pasty. She's got blonde hair. She hasn't seen the sun in a long time. She's extending her hand. She looks like she wants to dance with him. She has no shoes on. She's just been living in this cave for a long time. He's got his head all beat up and all wrapped up, bandaged up. He doesn't have his helmet on, obviously, because his head is bandaged. He's like this warrior. The wind's blowing like 900 miles an hour. It's blowing shit all around outside. Wow, the Ace of Pentacles is behind the Eight of Pentacles. Ooh, and the Queen of Swords is behind that also. I mean, this kind of looks like some kind of truth, and like that one card, the Nine of Rods, the one where she's in the cave, that kind of looks like romantic, but I don't know if this is so much a romantic type situation. I feel kind of like a romantic situation kept Aquarius like all locked up in a cave. Being beautiful, being graceful, not aging. I mean, you obviously were able to keep away the sun's harmful UV rays, but at the same time, it's almost like stunted growth, stunted. There's some kind of truth that's coming. There's a thing you were supposed to be doing. There's a thing you're supposed to be doing for money, like as far as your job, as far as your career that other people have done. You didn't really do anything. It's kind of, yeah, like everything. Your whole entire life was like stunted after this. Some kind of romantic situation. There's obviously this guy. When the rain comes down, there's that rose. It's like an eternally blossoming rose. Love again. It's almost like he's alive with the rain. He's in the water, actually. I've always just looked at his upper body. I've never looked to see the bottom, like his legs are literally in the water. So the water is emotions. Aquarius is always figuring out why all of the emotions occur. Maybe that's what you've been doing in the cave for who knows how long, years. There's some kind of big victory and truth that's coming. It's, maybe it's a letter, maybe it's a phone call, maybe someone is giving you some kind of news. Maybe this is something that you're realizing inside of yourself. Which is good. It's all good. It seems like it's happening at night. Yeah. There's also this, like I said, this tie. There's some kind of brand new opportunity, job. It's something that you've been learning since you were young. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's why you've been learning all the things that you've been learning. I think it's all been pretty sad and tumultuous, and painful. But it all served a purpose. Tell me more. Tell me more about the star reversed with the Ace of Swords. Tell me more. Tell me more about the star reversed with the Ace of Swords for the wake. Thank you. Yes, Seven of Pentacles. Oof. Four of Cups. Crab, Cancer energy. Ocean energy. It looks very much kind of like swampy area. Sadness, discontent, being discontent maybe because of some kind of Cancer energy. Also, maybe just hermiting away like a crab and being discontent. Seeing nobody really appreciate your cup of love or anything about you. Maybe it's not everyone. Maybe it's just like the one person that was supposed to love you. The one person that you cared about didn't appreciate what you had to offer. And it seems kind of like you kept yourself, not like on purpose, not like you wake up every day and you're like, I'm going to keep myself locked away in a cave. No, 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 no. I will show them. No, I don't think it was quite like that. But I do think that there was, probably some serious rejection that was probably hard to swallow, hard to figure out, hard to sympathize with. Because, it was so devastating for you. So why would you want to understand someone or something and a thing that they did that devastated you? And also, it was devastating. So, I can definitely see why you might have taken some time to not just bounce right back. It's a lot easier to look at everyone else's devastation and come up with solutions and why it happened and, how to fix it. When it happens to yourself, it's kind of like impossible. When you're in the middle of it, it's hard to see the ways out. I think you've been I just feel like you're coming from a place of like I said, stunted growth, in your personal life, in yourself, in your career, in love, friendships, hobbies, suntans, and I think that that's going to stop. Either you're going to understand, you're just going to wake up and have some kind of aha moment. I don't know how it's actually going to play out for you, but it looks like there's some serious change that's going to be occurring. It really looks like it's going to be happening at nighttime too. Like nighttime is the right time to transform, to break out of the chrysalis. You've definitely stayed focused. You've stayed focused on your goals. Um, Even if just recently your goals have been to just not break down. You stayed focused on them. God, your angels, your spirit guides, they've kept focus on your longer term dreams, your long term goals. And they have a plan for you. They're still watching for you. Loved ones who have passed away, but very much so God. It's like one of those situations where you had to be completely broken to get to the real you. And that's what God wants, is the real you. That's what you're here for, is to be the real you. I feel kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting a lot of messages. Things are going to be changing. Things are going to be looking up. Chapters are going to be closing. I think you're going to be able to come out of the cave. I think you're going to feel that you're ready to come out of the cave. It looks like you've been in the cave for a long time, so I'm going to just advise some sunscreen, maybe a wide brim hat, because it's summertime. Well, it's spring, almost summertime. Let's use one of these new deck cards that I got. Let's use these for energy for the wake of Mercury retrograde that Aquarius should focus on. What exactly should Aquarius focus on in this wake of Mercury retrograde and eclipses? What card? Happiness in the sun. Happiness in the sun. Happiness in the sun. Happiness in the sun. You want to know the other one? Fear of abundance. Fear of abundance. Okay, so I kind of feel like I'm smirking very smugly because I feel kind of like that just summed up almost like the whole cave scenario, because I feel like Aquarius was really in love at some point in time, and I feel like Aquarius really had their heart completely just ripped out of their chest and like shredded to pieces in like a really rusty cheese grater. And I feel like the person that Aquarius loved smiled at them and made eye contact like while they were doing it. And I feel like before that happened, I feel like Aquarius was like the happiest they had ever been ever in their whole entire life. And I feel like since that happened, I feel like Aquarius has been kind of holding themselves back because they're scared to have so many good things. Because they're scared they're going to lose it. It's going to be taken away. Aquarius remembers the pain of it falling away, of their heart being grated in a fucking rusty cheese grater. We got to stop that. We got to recognize that. We got to get that in check because it's only going to hold us back. And life is meant to be experienced. The good, the bad, the ugly. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It sucks when you're in the middle of devastation to hear that. You're kind of like, fuck off. But It's true. Resiliency. It's not how you fall, it's how you pick yourself up. And not every person is going to be the person that destroyed your heart. And that's kind of sad, because I feel like, Aquarius, I feel like you had a certain kind of love for this person that you probably hadn't felt for really anybody else. Maybe one or two other people in your life, but really not. So that kind of adds this layer of like, man, they're not going to be like them. Like, double-edged sword. Good that they're not everybody else is going to be like this person, but also like, man, is there going to be anybody else who makes me feel like this person made me feel? Well, if you're constantly telling everything to fuck off and not really letting yourself get too attached to anyone else or even get to know anyone else, if you're not even taking yourself out of the cave, you're never going to know. They might. Crazy shit happens. Some dude on the East Coast won like $1.4 billion. Like one day he was probably just working at Walmart, and then the next day he's a billionaire. A woman from Mali got pregnant with 9 babies without in vitro fertilization. Like it just happened in like a third world fucking country. Miracles happen. Crazy shit happens. But you need to come out of the cave. There's going to be things that are going to be, something's going to be delivered to you. Some kind of message, some kind of truth. You should be celebrating yourself. You should be focusing on being happy in the sun. And also, fear of abundance. Don't become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Don't be afraid of your own success. Don't block your blessings. Don't eat that yellow snow. Okay. I'm going to let y'all go, and thank you for being here. And I will see y'all again in the next reading.